Hi, I'm Bruce McCarthy, and welcome back to our virtual masterclass on relaunching product roadmaps. Today, we're going to talk about visualization, that is, assembling all the pieces and parts and all the information that you've put together for your roadmap into something coherent that tells the story that you want to tell. Now, as I said, roadmaps can take many forms. It doesn't matter whether it's a Kanban board, a slide deck, a spreadsheet, or just a bunch of stickies. In fact, we're going to do it as a bunch of stickies in our masterclass. Now, let me just give you a few examples to show you some of the variety of roadmap formats that are possible. I showed this one earlier. The now, next, later format has become really popular for a way of saying, well, these are the priorities we're working on at the moment. These are the next things up in line, and these are the things that we're considering for after that. But there are lots of other ones too. Um, in this one, the folks from Vempathy actually defined what did they mean by now, next, and later in terms of weeks or months, for example, before going into all the details on the problems to solve. And I also showed this one that was organized by business objective and the resources applied against each of the different objectives. Here's yet another one from a company called Stellar that puts their roadmap out on the internet. They actually put some of the data that they track in terms of their objectives out as part of their public facing roadmap, really making performance fully transparent. Here's an OKRs driven roadmap from a company called Quorum, where they are listing out each of the objectives that they hope to meet in the upcoming quarter. And here's an internal one from a company that shall not be named that organizes things in terms of quarters and then all of a future year, but then also gives status on each one of the objectives in process. Improving the customer experience in a bunch of different areas gets a status of either ship it, tweak it, or think it. Think it is the first step. It comes even before ship it or tweak it. Here's GitHub's. It's in near term, medium term, long term, very similar to now, next, and later. Here's another one that is more of a portfolio that also gives status, backlog, in design, in progress, and completed in each of 4 separate product areas. And here is a horizons-oriented roadmap from Facebook that goes out 10 years. This is from a few years ago. So there's lots of ways that you can do this. And what I want you to be doing as you go back into your final assembly exercise is think about who is the audience for your roadmap and what are you trying to communicate to them? What is the story that you want to tell them? If you're a startup, maybe you want to tell them what you plan to do in order to pitch your investors. Or if you're in the growth phase, maybe it's investors or maybe it's your executive team. Or maybe it's your customers. Maybe you're interested in getting feedback from them about whether you've correctly understood their priorities and their problems to be solved. Think about that, and we'll have a lot of fun with the format of the different roadmaps in the masterclass.